Residents of Lichtenburg and surrounding informal settlements are considering suing the Ditsobotla Local Municipality for damages and costs incurred after the town was out of electricity for 5 days. Serious damage to electricity infrastructure occurred and seems to get worse every time the electricity is switched back on after rolling blackouts. The municipality is severely cash-strapped and has been criticized for irresponsible spending of money meant for updating electricity infrastructures. Zabulon Maine has more for us. A very good day to you, Zabulon. What are the community members saying this morning?
Good morning to you two and the viewers out there. Yes, indeed, I'm here in Lichtenburg town, where the Ditsobotla Local Municipality is based. Just as we have just alluded, yes, indeed, residents of Lichtenburg here, they've been spending 5 days without electricity. Even business people here around here, they have been affected, despite the fact that we are on stage 4 of load shedding. But to get more clarity with regards to what really transpired in order for residents of Ditsobotla, together with business people around town here, being affected by the continuous load shedding, we are going to talk to a member of DA in the Northwest Provincial Legislature, Jacqueline Theolog, who's going to give us the inside info as to really what happened to this matter. Jacqueline, thanks very much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, and good morning to the listeners and viewers.
Thank you very much. We understand that residents of Lichtenburg, together with business people around here, they've been spending some days, to be precise, 5 days without electricity, despite the fact that there's a load shedding. What's really happening with regards to this matter?
So, in actual fact, it is a problem of maintenance and upgrading of the system of our electrical infrastructure. And what happened is one of the lines that feeds part of town and the waterworks, it's called Banki's line, that one blew at the switchgear, which means then that whole area doesn't have electricity. And people will then be getting people won't be getting any electricity, and no water will be pumped in that area. So what happens then is that lines burned. Other area has frustration because one of the mini subs was vandalized. Copper cables were cut inside, so it needs to be replaced. Lines were broken and lines burned. So it's really a huge problem in Ditsobotla at this stage, that people are suffering without electricity. Some of it was fixed when the contractor's owner actually came to work, and not just the contractors. The standard was lifted, and we could see that now there was some quality work coming out of them. They then started fixing the problem. Mini sub has arrived last night, should be online. They're working in this main substation to fix the switchgear and to put new cable in that need to be fixed so that the main line towards the waterworks can work, and the clipveld where our pumps is, so that people in town can not just have electricity but actually have water.
I understand that this kind of a problem, it did happen 2-3 years ago with regards to this electricity failure due to a substation that was malfunctioning. And we understand that the municipality was given 18 million rand to fix that substation. Does that mean in order for residents of this Ditsobotla and business people not to be affected by this power cuts for some 2 to 3 years? Is it because of the municipality managed to fix that substation, or what happened?
That substation was made in use in 1940, and so the infrastructure is old, parts are scarce, and there's no upgrades been done. The 18 million was received from the Department of Energy for a total new substation, not to necessarily replace that one, but to increase the grid in town so that people can build houses, businesses can open, and the electrical grid can be increased, which would also increase revenue within the municipal demarcated area. The problem is that the municipality can't account for the 18 million. It's gone. They can't tell the department or the residents what has happened to the 18 million. Councillors of the DA has asked questions. They're not forthcoming. In actual fact, they can't tell us. We would venture a guess. It was used for salaries because they can't do their income properly. They're not billing correctly. I'm sure that they've just employed people at that time, which increased their salary bill just before this election. Another 400 people was employed. So the salary bill is eating the money. And we know that the department is waiting for a progress report on where is that 18 million, but unfortunately it's not there.
But lastly, it seems like the problem has reappeared again. As the DA in the municipality, what is it that you're going to do?
So as the DA in the municipality, my councillors would first and foremost start pressurizing the municipality to employ qualified people within the electrical department and to enhance the electrical department's ability with tools of trade and parts to be able to do maintenance and upkeep on the electrical infrastructure. We would also work through the district municipality and our councillors at the district to make sure that the water supply, because Ditsobotla and Lichtenburg is being watershed actually, with 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening. So they would pressure from that side to make sure that the water enhancement program that has happened, the study that has happened, actually is implemented so that the water table in town can be lifted. There's not enough water currently because we have 21 boreholes, only 11 can work and only 5 at this stage is pumping. So there's not enough water for all the residents. So our councillors would make sure that water supply would not be a scarcity but a norm. Basic services, and then for obvious reasons we're going to drive issues of potholes and cleanliness of our town.
Thank you very much. That's the member of Northwest Legislature, Jacqueline Theologue, explaining to us what is the root cause of this power cut, despite the fact that there's a load shedding here. But we're going to talk to two gentlemen here who are business people around town here, who are going to tell us about the impact that this power cut had in their businesses. My dear sir, just tell us what business are you running and what impact did the power cut had?
So we own a lodge, and since Thursday there was absolutely no water or electricity. So we've already invested hundreds of thousands of rands into infrastructure as backup. But the backup is not meant to be fully operational the whole time on a 24/7 basis. So the biggest problem already, we had to close 30% of the rooms just purely because of the lack of water. That's the one side. The other side is people where we're renting out buildings, and there's some supermarkets where people are 100% dependent on the electricity for running their fridges, etc., are losing money now because they are throwing away food. There's one thing we do not understand, even with the closing of Clover, we don't understand that the municipality and the provincial government is not taking this serious. There's a lot of talk, but none has been done to ensure jobs and that type of thing here. So on a wide spectrum, I think there's just going to be a lot of job losses. We're not even talking about creating of jobs, but I mean, with these conditions, it's almost impossible just to make a business survive. We've come through a very hard time with COVID, and everybody is working together to get through that. We don't need a municipality that's not at least bringing their side to the table. And what is for us, we do not understand that the local community has offered help in many cases, and then people are being chased away. So I just don't think that local government and provincial government is taking the town serious. Yes, so it's just going to be very hard to keep going.
Thank you very much. That's one of the business people here in Lichtenburg telling us the experience that he's experiencing currently with regards to the power outage that are continuing to experience in the Lichtenburg town. But indeed, yes, we remember that previously we reported a matter with regards to Clover, where it was saying that it's going to relocate to KZN because of lack of service delivery. That includes electricity in this municipality. With that, back to you in studio.